Ross, Bradford on Saturday, we know going there's always tough. What do you expect from them?
As you say, very difficult place to go. Having watched the last couple of games, doesn't look as if the pitch is in the best of conditions, so that always makes it very difficult. But on top of that, it's a very well followed football club, so we know that the atmosphere is going to be a difficult one for the boys to perform in. But they're all things that we expect when you go to clubs with the history and the quality and the backing that a club like Bradford have got. So we know what we're walking into.
And they're pushing for promotion, aren't they? So, as you said, the atmosphere, the home fans are going to be behind them, so it will be an electric atmosphere.
Certainly. I think if anybody that's involved in this game would tell you that these are the sort of games that you want to be involved in. It shouldn't be a difficult one for you to get up for. It shouldn't be one that that you should be overly intimidated about. I think most of the boys, and as I say, any professional footballer would want to be involved in a game and in an occasion in front of a big crowd like that, and up against a team that are really giving it everything they got to try and get up.
And for us, it's important that we bounce back from Tuesday. Obviously, it was a disappointing night, especially the way we came back to then lose. But it's important with only a handful of games remaining that we bounce back, because every point's vital now.
Certainly, and I think bouncing back is key. There was a lot of positives that came out of playing against another top side in the division on Tuesday night, and we need to make sure that we try and take those positives and build on those, and take the game to Bradford and hopefully come out of it with all 3 points first and foremost, because albeit that there is a small number of games remaining, we need to try and do everything we can to try and take everything that we can out of the remainder of the season.
And we know Bradford are a physical team. That's what suits them best. Obviously, they're organised, so what do we have to do to try and break them down and cope with that physical threat?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've looked at them in detail over the last week or so, and they're, like you say, they're a strong team, but they're a good football team in this division. They've got some really sort of talented individuals, so we need to make sure that we're aware of that. But as is always the case, we need to try and stamp our own personality, our own performance on the game, and continue to try to create chances as we have done over the last few weeks, and try and hit the ground running and get off to a good start, and that obviously give the boys some confidence to try and put together a longer performance rather than what was a good start to the second half. We've got ourselves back in, and we want to extend that over a longer period of time in games.
Yeah, it was good to see Charlie and Ben both getting the score sheet on Tuesday, and Johnny Goddard had a couple of opportunities. It is important now that everyone chips in with goals, that as we look to get these wins, we need to stay up.
Yeah, I know we read a statistic last week that we were one of the across the 4 divisions in this country, we'd had the most amount of goal scorers. I'm not sure if that's still the case over the last couple of games, but we were top of that list at one stage. As I say, looking at this time last week, and we realised that we haven't had one prolific goal scorer this year that's got us the amount of goals that we would have hoped for to elevate us up the table. So certainly now we understand that our goals are going to come across the team, and the 2 finishes I thought on Tuesday night were fantastic from 2 talented individuals, and the more players that can chip in with that, and hopefully a few more from the likes of Charlie and Ben as well, are going to give us a chance to get more positive results.
Finally, obviously, we've seen a few players return from injury in recent weeks. How are we looking on that front?
Yeah, positive at the moment. I mean, we all know at the first half of the season it was a real tough one for us in terms of the players that we seem to continually lose to injury, and over the last few weeks it hasn't been quite as severe as that, albeit that we've had 1s and 2s dropping out here and there, but we've had good numbers in training this week. All the boys up until today pretty much have come through the sessions that we've put on this week, despite it being sort of Saturday, Tuesday, and hopefully we'll have a near enough full squad ready to